Let's see. Alrighty. All right, so I'm back and I want to go over these three proposals for NYC. It's for New York City only. With the exception of Staten Island, you're gonna have a second ballot attached to your first ballot where you choose your governor and so on and so forth, right? So these proposals I want to get right into. I want to share my screen. And let's just go right over there. All right, so let's jump right into it. These are the three proposals that will be on the ballot. Okay. Proposal number one: the city may pay more to empower small donors. This proposal would sharply reduce the maximum contribution that donors could make to many political campaigns and increase the city's matching funds program for candidates. The goal is to reduce the influence of large donors. Mr. de Blasio said on Thursday that many people interested in running for office, particularly first-time candidates, don't know wealthy people who can contribute to their campaigns. He said a stronger matching funds program would create an electoral system in which candidates could focus instead on small donors rather than courting the wealthy and special interests. Okay. If the measure passes, donors could give a maximum of 2,000 to a candidate for a mayor or other citywide office, and that would be down from 5,100. So before, right now, you can give 5,100. If this goes through, you can only give 2,000. Okay. Going from there, and city council. Okay, where were we at? Currently, maximum donations to city council candidates will be set at 1,000. So they would change that. That would be down from 2850. So right now you can give 2850. They want to reduce that. Okay. Says the dollar match of public funds would be increased 8-1, up from the current 6-1. That would apply to the first $250 donated by a contributor. The match currently applies to the first $175 donated. And then they give you the explanation in case you're confused. Says that means that if someone gives 250, the candidate will receive an additional 2,000 in public matching funds. But right there, I'm going to stop right there, because what public matching funds? Where is he going to get the money from for this program? I understand that people want to stop special interests, but this will only apply to New York City. So basically, what you will be doing for the decent people who contribute to politicians who do want to do the right thing, you are now putting a stranglehold on them, because now they won't be able to, get the maximum amount of donations that they could if this goes into effect. So if it's not going to go into effect, um, throughout the whole state, throughout the whole US, you just choking up New York politicians. And so why would we want to do that? So I will vote no. Okay, so proposal number one, vote no. Now let's go to proposal number two. A mayoral civic engagement commission. Everybody loves a mayoral commission, no? Well, here's your chance to decide. This proposal would create a civic engagement commission that would work to increase participation in the democratic process and civic life, provide resources to community boards, and place translators at voting sites, among other tasks. The mayor would appoint a majority of the board's 15 members and be able to assign it new duties. The mayor personally picking the people, not you, but the mayor. But others said the commission was unnecessary. What is this thing? Said Gail Brewer, the Manhattan Borough president, who argued that the commission would duplicate the functions of other governmental entities, including the borough president's offices. Okay, so he's saying it would duplicate jobs, that they already have a commission. All right, so that's what he's whining about. Borough presidents appoint community board members and also provide them with many of the services that the new commission would offer. So again, a duplication, and that's wasting money. When you hear them talk about Democrats like to waste money, that's how you waste money, by duplicating the same processes over and over again. So that's what he's talking about. Bum bum bum. Where was I at? Community boards provide them with many of the services that new commission offer. She suggested that the proposal was a way for the mayor to exert more control over the community boards, which sometimes push back against mayoral initiatives like zoning changes and development projects. So basically, she's saying that he would use this group as a buffer, when he wants to make zone changes, or like they say here, developmental projects, whatever that may be, a mall, whatever, a parking lot, that they could be a buffer in between them, and it will, cause a problem, and it may um give him the upper hand by creating this group. I don't like duplication either. It doesn't make any sense to keep duplicating the same thing over and over again. It's like rappers, like one came out with headphones and then everybody got headphones. And I was like, I didn't understand. That's like, if he came out with headphones, you should do speakers and you should do a sound system, or, like everybody gets in different angles or whatever. But we don't need to waste money like that. So, I think it's a good idea, because we do want the community to be more engaged in civic education, or having civic engagement, like they said here. So that is important, but I don't like the fact that he's in control of the members instead of the people, from the boroughs. We should be the ones, the people should be the ones. We have people in our communities who we feel are strong representatives, and we should be able to nominate them. So I will vote no to that too, because it's too much in his advantage. So that's two no's to the two proposals so far. Now here's the last one. Proposal number 3, community board members must step down after 8 years. Yes, and I think it should be 4 years and not 8. But yes, 8 years. Thanks for your service. Now leave. Being sarcastic. That last proposal will require. Wait, hold up. Am I in the right place? I'm sorry. For those who will see this, I apologize. I lost my place. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that was right. The last proposal will require community board members to step down after 8 years. There is currently no limit on the amount of time that board members can serve, and that is a shame. The stated goal of this change is to make the boards more diverse and to create space for fresh leadership. Absolutely. I just want to say, why would you want to term limit volunteers? Scott M. Stringer, the city comptroller, says. Somebody else whining. Mr. Stringer served on a Manhattan Community Board as a teenager in the 1970s. He later served as a Manhattan Borough president. When he appointed hundreds of new community board members and said that he increased the representation of African Americans, Latinos, Asians, and Asian Americans, and members of the gay community, y'all. He made that happen. He said he said it was a bogus argument that the change was needed to diversify the boards. Okay, so I don't know. Mr. Brewer also opposes the proposal, suggesting that many long-serving board members accumulate needed expertise on subjects like land use, zoning, and parks. We heard that before, which give the boards the ability to evaluate proposals and stand up to well-financed developers. In other words, everybody else is unqualified. There's nobody else intelligent enough to interpret the information that's given to them, and they can't make any, clear decisions or whatever. They're the only people that could do it. Land use attorneys don't have term limits, Mr. Brewer said. Okay, so he wants land use attorneys to have term limits as well, if he's going to have some. Okay, he's upset. And here's the Blassie. I really don't care. But anyway, the mayor disagrees. If you don't allow for some natural turnover, a lot of people are going to feel there's no chance for them to participate. See, I can't stand when he says something really good. And he's right. And he said that on Friday. And I'm mad that he said that because I do not like this dude. But what he's doing to the projects is terrible. And that's another thing. Like, where's he going to get the money to fund at least the first proposal, this matching the dollar campaign or whatever? Where's he going to get the money from that if you're not fixing up the projects? And if you can't get these rats out of New York, the rat is more rats than people in New York. You can't get the rat situation under control. The projects is falling apart. Where you getting money from to match donations and all that? So no, no, no. So the last one, I think you should vote yes. Proposal number 3, that should definitely be a yes. The first 2 should be a no. But that is your decision. This is my opinion that, it should be a no. And I'm just, going over it, explaining to you why. And I just want to do that because I know a lot of people will be confused when they get to that. I'm going to share this myself with some New Yorkers. So at least, I'll do my part to try to help a few people out. I'm Ray Ray. I like to bring awareness, the conversation in hopes that it sparks change. And I am out.